The strong one was never really strong. She just learned to survive. For years, people call me strong. But what they didn't know was I became strong because I never really felt like anyone was coming to protect me. Hi everyone, I'm Dimples D, and welcome back to the Healing Corner with Dimples D. Today I want to continue a conversation I started some time ago about something I strongly believe. Hurt people hurt people. For many years, I struggled to understand who I was. Not because I didn't have a personality, not because I didn't have dreams, but because so much of who I became was shaped by pain. Pain from people I thought should love me. Pain I didn't know how to explain. Pain I was embarrassed to talk about because I was afraid people would judge me. So I did what a lot of strong people do. I buried it. I helped everybody else. I show up. I smiled. I kept moving. But inside, I was hurting. For a long time, people would tell me that I sound defensive. They would say I spoke with an attitude. Sometimes they thought I was attacking them. But as I started healing, I realized something. I wasn't trying to attack nobody. I had to simply learn how to protect myself. When you grow up feeling like nobody's going to fight for you, you learn to fight for yourself. You learn to keep your guard up. You learn to speak strongly. You learn to protect your heart before anybody else get close enough to hurt it. And sometimes that survival skill follows you into adulthood. There were other things I carried too. I struggled with reading comprehension. There were words I couldn't pronounce, and sometimes I felt embarrassed. I remember telling my best friend that there was a word I couldn't pronounce. And then one day I actually said the word correctly and used it in the right context. She laughed. We laughed. And to someone else, that might have seemed like a small thing. But to me, it touched an insecurity I had carried for years. People on the outside saw a woman who walked into a room with confidence. They saw someone who talked strong, someone who looked like she had everything together. But inside, I still saw that little girl who was afraid of being judged. As I've gotten older, I've also had to face something difficult about relationships. Sometimes we believe blood automatically means family. And we keep chasing relationship because we think they're supposed to love me. And when that love doesn't come the way we imagined, boy, it hurts. Really hurts. People may tell you, let it go, move on, stop worrying about them. And sometimes they mean well, but when you're the one sitting in that pain, it isn't that easy. Because you're not just letting go of a person. Sometimes you're letting go of the relationship you always hoped you would have had. I used to avoid places where I knew certain people would be. Not because me hated them, but because I didn't want to sit in a room with someone I loved and have them act like I didn't exist. That kind of pain is hard to explain. But over time, I started learning something. There's no perfect family. There's no perfect relationship. Everybody is carrying something. Sometimes people criticize you while they're struggling with the exact same thing. Sometimes people hurt you because they're hurting themselves. And that doesn't excuse the behavior, but it can help you understand it. One of the biggest lessons I'm learning is this: the people who bring us into this world may not always know how to give us the love we needed. And when you're going through that pain, you don't care about the lesson. You just want the love. You want to feel chosen. You want to feel protected. You want to feel like you matter. And when you don't get that, it leaves a wound. But healing has taught me that I cannot spend my whole life waiting for someone else to fill a space that God is teaching me how to fill within myself. I'm learning how to love myself. I'm learning how to receive love. I'm learning how to stop letting people rent space in my head. A friend told me that many years ago, and I finally understand what it means. If you're listening to me today and you're struggling with a relationship, whether with a family, whether it's a friendship, or someone you thought would always be there, I want you to know something. You're not alone. It is okay to admit that it hurts. It is okay to grieve the relationship you wish you had. It's okay to get help. And if you're taught to keep everything inside, start practicing letting some of it out. Talk to someone you trust. Journal. Pray. Talk to yourself if you need to. Write it on a piece of paper and tear it up and flush it in the toilet if necessary. Because keeping everything buried inside doesn't always make you strong. Sometimes it just keeps the wounds open. Hurt people hurt people. But healed people can learn to stop passing the hurt forward. And that is what I'm trying to do. Heal. Understand. Grow. And become better than the pain that shaped me. I'm Dimples D, and this is the Healing Corner with Dimples D. Keep hoping, keep healing, keep growing, one chapter at a time. One